Right, welcome guys, it's Angus here. I hope you're all good. I've got Des alongside me, I've got MC alongside me, the trio of motivators. And today we're just going to get a bit of a video chat. We did our last one and we got quite a good bit of feedback on it. We've covered lots of different sort of topics and videos before with all the educational videos. But today we wanted to talk a bit about ourselves, a bit about how we started our own fitness journeys. Probably got a few funny stories in there and a few knowledge bombs that people probably didn't even really know about us. So we thought we'll try and sort of put a bit about us across to you guys. So MC, you want to kick us off?
Aye, I'll try and keep it as brief as I can. No bore you to tears. I was your typical wee boy. Just loved running about like a headless chicken. Loved all kinds of sports. I was always quite active as a wee boy, as most wee boys are. Love football. Football was my passion. It's all I ever did. Yeah, after school, football. Out playing with your mates, football. It was just always kind of running about doing stuff. So that was kind of what I enjoyed the most as a youngster. I played football for a team. That's what I then went on to do after that because it was what I loved. So I ended up playing for a team for a while. So I was always an active child. Played for a few teams locally. Played up until I was about 15. But I ended up getting this sort of disease in my knee that kind of stopped me playing. So I don't know if you've ever heard of the Osgood-Schlatters. Osgood-Schlatters disease, right? So that's basically when your bones are forming, a little spongy part at the end is still forming. It's quite soft. So when you're quite active, your tendons pull on it, and it can kind of make it all misshapen and cause a bit of pain. I had to stop because of that, because it was causing me a lot of pain. Went to the doctors and they were saying that if I wanted it to heal, I could get a cast, and that would take 3 to 6 months, and then I could play again. Or I could just wait for like a year or more and see if it healed by itself. And I basically wasn't wanting to wear a cast, so I just said I'd leave it and heal. So I had to take time out and take a year off. Went to try and play again, and it just wasn't the same. I couldn't get into it as much. You know, it's like when you get a bit older, there's other things that interest you. So I had to stop playing football then, and that's kind of after that, my kind of health, fitness kind of things just went downhill. You know, your teenage years when you're just interested in partying, going out with your mates and stuff like that. Became really unhealthy. Didn't get me started. Nah, I'm joking.
I know that time well.
You know, you just want to do other things. You've got other things on your mind, so you don't really focus on that as much, and you don't know the benefits of it really at that age as well. You know, so like most people, that's when I started to decline. Started working full time, and that's when I got really unhealthy. When I was working full time in JD Sports, that's when I first noticed that I had to sort of change the way I was and do something. You know, I was like break times. It was like McDonald's to get you through the day. You were on about 10 cans of Monster, energy drinks, sugar, everything. And you know, you see when you look at old pictures of yourself, and you kind of look at yourself and you go, oof, you know, I've got the double chins and everything,
and it's funny again how like just going on that. See, talking about mindset, like how our mindsets have switched. Obviously, we're so much more knowledgeable now, and we're educated. But like talking about, like I was the exact same in the way, like you know, having McDonald's lunches, cans of fizzy juice. See, when you look back at that, you think, I can't believe I always did that. Like we just never do that sort of thing now.
Yeah.
Another thing I'll say is that what got you into doing this job, though? I mean, what made you want to change all of that? What was the next step?
So the next step from that is when the penny kind of dropped, and I was kind of feeling a bit unhappy with myself. You know, being the way I was, my self-esteem and that was pretty rough. You know what I mean? So I then had to decide. You know, I wanted to make a change. What could I do? I wasn't happy working full time in retail, so I kind of just thought back to what I enjoyed the most, and that was like doing sports and stuff like that. So I went, I'm going to do a sports course and try and learn how to become better myself. So to go away and seek a bit of knowledge, did NC Sport and Recreation, which was like the sort of basic level to get into sports, and that was at Edinburgh College in Granton. Done that, and I was like really keen, really into it. I enjoyed it a lot. I ended up getting student of the year as well. I got voted student of the year because
That's my bad.
I was.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
It was just that drive. I just wanted to make that change. So that was the point I was most driven. So I was like working really hard at it. I ended up getting to skip a year. So my lecturers kind of wanted me to go and do coaching, whereas I wanted to do health and fitness because you could branch off into 2 courses. You could do coaching or you could do the sort of health side of things. So I wanted to do the health side of things. So I applied for that first, and I actually didn't get into that course. They said I didn't have what it takes to do the health and fitness. They thought I'd be really good at coaching, so I was like, okay, I'll listen to you guys, take your word for it. So I went down the coaching route. I loved that. That was great. That kind of taught me a lot as well. So at first, I didn't actually expect to kind of be where I was just now. But done the coaching for years, learned a lot from that, and it's kind of from being a coach and learning all the coaching stuff that kind of I still had that drive in me to do fitness.
For folks who don't know, what were you coaching in? What sort of coaching were you doing?
Oh, I just coached anything because I enjoyed loads, but it was mostly football. I ended up coaching. It was younger kids, younger kids all the way through the teens. I coached adults now and again, but I wasn't solely focused on that. A lot of it was, kids sports in schools, starting my own clubs outside as well. So yeah, it was like football. I got into a bit of basketball, stuff like that. I worked with active schools a lot, and they would give you a lot of help, So throughout that, I think the best thing I did actually get from doing all that whole experience was the support I got from everyone else. That kind of helped me keep doing what I'm doing. Because I don't think I'd be here if I didn't have like all these people telling me, I think you'll be good at this. We're going to help you with this. It's massively important. And if you think about it in the fitness industry as well, that's our job, to help people as well. So
100%.
That was the biggest thing for me throughout that whole experience, was just meeting, loads of people that can help me, and loads of good people. Got a couple of guys right here as well that are helping me quite a lot. So that was the biggest thing for me. And it was from that point I started learning a lot, and I decided that I was going to try and do the health and fitness side things again, because I think what I gained from other people, and what's the right word, how it made me feel, to become healthier and be able to help people and have people help me. I kind of wanted to do that with other people as well. It's your old cliche thing, eh? Like, I know it is cliche, like, I want to pass on what I've kind of got from other people, but it's true, you do feel like that.
Yeah, 100%.
And then that after that, it was kind of look for personal training jobs. I had to go and do all my courses in that again, because to be a personal trainer, you've got to go and do your PT qualification. You've got to do that, So I've skipped a massive part there is when I went to uni and then the sport and exercise science, and I learned a lot more there as well, a lot more in depth, and that kind of helped bulk up my knowledge, and that kind of made me want to do the health and fitness side of things even more.
Has it helped the confidence, you think?
Build the confidence, had a good bit of experience then. I think if I was to try and do PT when I was a bit younger, I wouldn't have lasted a month.
Do that's funny you say that, because I totally agree. Like, I feel like if you see nowadays, you get quite a lot of the PTs that are young, they're coming fresh in. Like, for example, Alex, who's with us now, Nikki, who was with us, sort of 18, 19, 20. And I think back to when I was that age, I definitely wasn't mentally sort of equipped to be able to face your everyday sort of problems, even like communication skills, confidence. I think that's came as the years have went by for me. So I totally agree with you on that one, MC.
I think it's quite impressive how well those guys actually do, to be honest, because when I was 18, 19, I was just running about. I wasn't really serious about anything yet. I was just getting like MC, just getting pissed and chasing girls at 18. You don't think about career and building yourself like this permanent job. Yeah, so these guys are like well ahead of where I was at that time. So all the power to them that they can make it work for them. I think that's pretty impressive. Just like you guys, I needed to be a lot older before I could do it.
Definitely, and that's kind of the point I was making with the journey, is that if you are kind of doing that thing, it's good to have the right support in place for you. So again,
it's good in West away. Folks are really supportive of each other.
Yeah, and that's a good thing about when I became a PT. Is the first PT gig I've got has obviously been at Pure Gym, and the support I've got there, and from all the PTs as well, it's been class. It's helped me be the PT that I am just now. And keep wanting to be a PT just because I've had that help.
Congratulations, by the way, your first year.
I know, 1 year in.
In the bag.
Mate,
loved every minute.
When you're having fun, bro.
That's it, mate. It really does. You know, just thinking back to when I started out, my first spin class, and I was like blowing out my backside, like to now. But I actually love a spin class,
I still challenge all the newbies to come do that with my spin class. I think it's good. It's good trial by fire. Go to the experienced spin class and feel the burn.
But see, picking up on a good point you were sort of saying, MC, there, talking about confidence and things, like going sort of talking about my journey is, I think it's not about you realising what you want to do, or like, right, I want to become a personal trainer. I know that's what I want to do. Let's do it. It's about when the penny finally drops, when you feel confident and equipped enough to then go and chase that dream and chase that goal. Because I had toyed with the idea of becoming a PT for years, on and off. And it wasn't until I had the same sort of journey as UMC. I love my sports, tennis, golf, played football at a decent level, so on. And then in the sort of later teenage years, you sort of tail off. And then other people around you are doing things, and they've got their way to uni, and they've got these sort of careers in place. And I was always thinking, right, when like you say, when is the penny going to drop? What's going to happen for me? And it wasn't until I was working at Spire, obviously the hospital, Spire, Murrayfield, and I thought to myself, working in a hospital just really isn't for me. I really want to take the next step, basically give myself a kick up the backside and get out there. And my dad was a massive part of that. And also, big shout out to Danny Gillies. He was a massive part of that as well for me. I took a lot of confidence from him and a lot of advice before I then did my PT course. Smashed the PT course through the training room, and I've never looked back since. It's honestly the best decision I have ever made.
Can I slow you down just for 2 seconds, Gus? Tell folks how long you've actually been a PT for now. So how long have you been doing this for? What's the deal?
What will it be for me? It'll be what will it be? It'll be 3 years in October.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I tell you, it feels like I've been there 10 minutes. The time's went so fast. In a good way. And do you know, and another funny thing is, like talking about, like going back to sort of confidence, communication skills, how you come across to people. And people that know me probably just think, right, Angus has had that all his life. That's just the way he is as a person. But I've massively grown. Like Des, you probably say this yourself. For me, I've massively grown as a person, considering to how I was when I first walked in day one to Pure Gym, and that just comes with experience. And obviously we've got our own sort of Motiv8 thing sort of going now, and it's the best thing that I've ever done.
I definitely agree with you on that confidence part. See, if you knew me back when I was 13, 14, 15, I was probably the shyest little thing you could ever get. I had a cripple shyness. I wasn't that confident. I was maybe confident around people I knew, but if to try and meet me if it was a new person, like I wasn't as open. I was really dead shy, and what I kind of got through my whole experience as well.
To be straight honest, man, I think that I still am shy. Like, I might not come across it, I'll still chat. It's easy to teach big groups of folk. It's weird, you can hide behind a kind of like stage presence, if you like, or a stage persona, where you're like, I'm the spin guy, I'm the PT, I've got this knowledge, and I can help you. But sit down and actually sit and really work with people closely. You have to open up a certain part of you that's maybe not easy to do. And I think over the years of becoming a trainer and getting to know a lot of people, you just build a sort of more confident person. But I think inside, like, I'm still that guy that is awkward when they first meet someone. You know, it's not it might not come across that way because, you know, you get this kind of way of meeting folk, and you shake your hand and be like, how you doing? But, you know, inside your head, you're like, oh no, like, what have I messed this up? Like, this is my job. I need these people need to help. But, you know, it's like you go through this phase, you get more and more confident the longer you do it for. And anyway, back to Gus. So what made you, what's kept you going? What's made you like love this job? What makes you want to do it? What's kind of...
Well, do you know, I always knew I always thought I would really enjoy it. And obviously, I've been training in the gym for years, but I think two main things. One is what MC touched on earlier about I love helping other people. You know, you get that feeling when someone achieves their goal. It could be something small. It's not, you know, like smashing a PB on a bench press or a deadlift, for example. But even other things, which I feel like I've massively improved on, is not only the physical side of things, and but also the mental side. Like, see times where I've helped clients through bad relationships or through things at home, and you don't even really realise you're doing it. It's just I feel I speak for myself as it's part of the job that you help with, and I really enjoy helping other people. I sort of feel fulfilled by that, and also the guys around me, like you guys, the people I've met in the gym, like Danny Gilly, one of my best mates now through the gym. Funnily enough, you boys will laugh, but if it wasn't for me becoming a PT, I would have never met Scotty. I met Scotty. You know, I met Scotty on my shadow shift at Pure Gym. Met him on the leg press upstairs, and as most people know, the rest is history.
You guys are inseparable now, eh?
Yeah, and it's funny. It's funny how life goes, but it's the best thing I've ever done, and I feel like I've never worked a day in my life since I've been in Pure Gym. The guys around me, you guys, I'm just on this massive upward curve, and the best thing about it is I know I've still got so much more to give. Like, I'm saying, I'll be 3 years in October, and I feel like I'm still relatively new to this journey. Still, I'm fresh. I'm buzzing.
I hate to tell you, but the more you learn, the more you realise you don't know anything. And if you it's easy to stay hungry in a job like this, you know.
That's a good point. Because there's obviously you're probably the most experienced here. You've been PTing the longest. So what was your kind of basis for getting into it?
Yeah, talk to us. I've never heard this story, in fact, because I've always thought you guys. I've always saw you as one of those guys that you're mad about fitness. You smash up the group PT, the classes. So it'll be interesting to see how what your first day was like. I would love to see that.
So I've actually been doing this job for over 7 years now. So I've been doing PT for a long time. And when I walked into Edinburgh West back in 2013, it was completely different from what it is now. So you guys have got a hell of a lot of support systems. And at that time period, it was more of a make or break attitude. It was a new club, and you know, you didn't really get anyone holding your hand for learning the classes or anything like this. And all the original guys will be able to testify to that. It was pretty much day one. You've got spin to do, you've got pump to do, off you go. And you know, you've done your courses and whatever, and you were set up. But it was definitely a total different feeling to it is now. The company's way better at supporting the new guys now, and you can see a huge I don't know how to describe it, education system. There's everything there, support system for everyone now. So Pure Gym really evolved into a better company. From a young company, which, let's face it, I think they've been open 4 years when I started. So, you know, it was still quite new. In terms of like fitness stuff, you know, it's funny because I used to play football as a kid too. I think everybody played football when they were a kid. And I did also, you know, I did all sort of club sort of stuff. I went to play badminton, I did karate, I did things like this that just kind of kept me active. And then I hit about 14, 15, and I stopped caring about fitness so much. A bit like MC. And I got heavily into music, and that was kind of more things I was interested in was going to gigs, going to shows, playing instruments, and meeting girls. And that was like my typical youth. And that continued on until I went to university. Now, at uni, I didn't do a sports degree, which is something people were trying to assume that I did a sports degree. Because of all the education I've done since I started at Pure, they probably thought, it's just that's what he's into. But no, I actually did event management at uni. So I was actually dealing with groups. And that really served me well to be a personal trainer later on, because it gave me business skills from a business school. And it was events, so it was dealing with huge groups of people. And you kind of get used to dealing with the management of this sort of people. And so nothing really intimidated me about walking into Pure when I started. So you guys say you had your confidence level from that. I kind of already was lucky enough to walk in with a level of confidence with people on day one. And that's why my business kind of took off okay, I think. And like both you guys, fairly driven when I first walked in the door to do really well. It actually bothers me a little bit that it took me so long to sort out something like Motiv8. But you need to go, you need to trip and fall and find your way through this stuff. And you know, I was getting to that point a few years ago where I was like, I'm not sure this is for me anymore, because I was doing so much and not getting very far. So for those who don't know, I've obviously been a PT for a while. I have strength conditioning qualifications, I have a sports massage qualification, and all these things take time, and you really want them to like upskill you to a level that makes you more desirable. And I was just finding like I didn't have the drive to chase clients the same way. And so Motiv8 really changed that for me. It's been a massive positive thing for me.
Just to say that, can I pop in for 1 minute actually? Big shout out to you, Des, because I think a few of the guys do know when they've asked, whose idea was Motiv8? How did you get the ball rolling? How did you start? I still remember it was a Tuesday. We had a team meeting, and Desi boy pulled me and MC aside. I think it was outside the office, and Des, you basically said, I've got this idea for starting group PT. I think you two guys would be great for joining me. The three of us just absolutely smashing it. And there we just brainstormed idea after idea, days, dates, styles of training. And so realistically,
it was weird how it happened. It was weird how it just kind of happened, didn't it? It was just like,
yeah,
he came up to us with the idea, and then the next kind of thing, you know, right, we're getting this course on the way. We're talking.
I'm gonna put my hand up here and like admit a few things here. Obviously, like it's been an amazing wee journey for us, and we've done what we can to develop Motiv8 into what it is now, which I think is a really good sort of like all around package that reflects all our skills. But like, and my initial idea was come from conversations with Ross Young, because he'd helped the guys at More Than. Right at the very beginning when they started out, and obviously, you know, they're a big inspiration for a lot of this. I think that like what they do is fantastic. We aren't the same as them, obviously not. We do things quite differently. But you know, if I hadn't had that conversation and that kind of like push from the big man, Ross Young, I don't know if I would have ever really followed the idea of you guys. So there's always a process. There's always other things that come along, but what we're doing is very much our own thing now, and I can't say like how proud I am of what we're doing. And you know, my motivator for all this, just like I think most PTs, is to help people. I love it, and I think I've said this a few times before, but I think the job is not just teaching people to lift weights. It's not just helping people with their dieting and getting them into shape. You are a bit of an emotional crutch. You are definitely a life coach.
100%.
If you had to be prepared to be a bit of a life coach, if you want to be successful in one-to-one training, you had to be prepared to listen to people. And I mean, that's the thing that's probably developed the most in me, is like this understanding of other people, like how listening is really crucial, and really understanding what each individual person needs. And I think that for me, that's been the biggest learning curve. Like I loved the gym. So back to what kind of got me into it in the first place. I was at uni. It was about 2010, and I was already a member of my gym at that point. I went to Tenerife and worked a season out there. And I was already at the gym at that point, but I'd only kind of new to the journey. When I came back, I'd had enough of alcohol to last me like a lifetime.
I never would have thought that.
I'm surprised you could do that.
That's brilliant.
And then I came back, and like obviously at that point I was like, nah, this is it, no more. And I literally went cold turkey from alcohol for a whole year, and I just trained. And I met one of my best friends at a gig and festival, would you believe? And then he was actually a personal trainer, and we lived together for another couple of years. And I think that 2-year period of living with him and really like smashing my training and making it like central to what I was doing. It made me really like love the gym. I mean, I tried believe it or not, I tried the gym twice and failed at it twice before I actually succeeded and stuck to my guns and became consistent with the gym. And we all know that consistency is the key to results. And I just did the right mindset at that point, and I loved it. And I started helping new people in the gym just because they were struggling, and I gave them a few pointers. And I realized that, like, you know what, there's a lot of value in this, and I really enjoy this more than what I'm doing at uni. So I already 2 years into my uni course, I was like, what am I doing?
Make a point there as well, and based on what you're saying about like our journeys as well. Like, I think a lot of people might just see a PT, and obviously not knowing our journeys, they might just think like it's quite easy with a PT. You'll just do your course, and then that's it. You know everything. You're the master of your trade. But we're kind of people as well, and we do have all these setbacks. And I don't know if you would agree with me, but a lot of those setbacks are what has given me more of a drive to go and do it as well.
100%.
I got told I wasn't good enough to do health and fitness going to college. I applied for so many gym instructor jobs and got knocked back. When I was working for Edinburgh Leisure, I'd done all my studies. I was raring to go. I was ready to go in and teach people. But I got told I wasn't good enough to be a gym instructor. And for people that don't know, to be a gym instructor, you need to have a level 2 qualification. To be a personal trainer, you need to have a level 3 qualification. So you need a higher qualification to be a level 3. And I got told I wasn't good enough to be a level 2. So it's one of these things.
Say that to you. Yeah, it's just it's one of those things that you hear all those stories like setbacks and people saying like, footballers, you're not good enough to play. Like someone saying that to you is I'm so happy that you overcame that, because other people would have just folded and wouldn't be sitting where you are right now, mate.
To be honest with you, I agree. And a similar thing happened to me right back at school. I actually didn't make it to fourth year or through fourth year at school. I was asked to leave because I was literally absent that much. I really, really hate school. And so I came out of school with literally 0 qualifications and just prelim results. So that should tell you, like, if you can, I made my way all the way to university, and did my full degree and became a personal trainer and built my own business. And to be honest with you, the main driver on that was proving to myself that I'm worth something. It's like I came out of school truly believing that I was stuffed, that I had no hope, no future. And it was like sticking the one big middle finger up at everybody who doubted what I could do.
Love that.
And you continue to do that, and I will continue to do that probably to the day I die, because it was the starting point. And so sometimes, the best success comes from the hardest struggle. And I think that's sometimes that can be the case. And I think with MC, I totally get where you're coming from. People put you down. You either have one choice. You either believe what they tell you, and you slowly like wither away, or you go, nah, that's not me.
A nice little bit of motivate wisdom for you all.
I actually think when things get tough, it's actually a good thing.
Yes.
You actually should think, this is tough, good, this is a challenge, I need to up my game a little bit. But also you need to know a bit about who you are and what you want in life. So decide where to put your energy.
Yeah.
See, as well, like 2 things is, I think massively you need to have a bit about you to become a PT, because ironically, right, I'm hoping this is going to make sense, but obviously you're with clients every day, you're with the other PTs, you spend a lot of time in your classes with 20 to 30 people around you, but being a PT, ironically, can be quite lonely at times, because it's all down to you. It's self-accountability. Like if you're not pulling your weight and you're not waking up each day, you've not got that extra bit of drive, things could quickly slip away. And it can be like talking about drive and getting back up when you're down. It can be a lonely place at times. But I think for the 3 of us, I speak for the 2 of you as well, we've definitely got a bit about us. And also, it's not like you can be as knowledgeable as you like, and you can upskill, and it's great. We'll do lots of that. And obviously, Des, you're doing quite a lot of that now. I think a massive part of becoming a PT, obviously we touched on the mental side and helping people emotionally, but it's about having a bit of personality. It's about how you come across to people. And I think what makes us work really well in Motiv8 is that we all bring slightly different things to the table. And I think we've got this, we've sort of landed on our feet, we've got this great blend that seems to really work for us, personality-wise as well.
Yeah, I got to agree. Actually, the biggest part of success, knowledge is great, but it's useless if it's not put in the right hands. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you need to be able to communicate that in a way that people understand and love. I mean, for me personally, I am addicted to learning new things, and that's why I do it. As much as it's good for my business and whatever else, I'll hands up and say, like, if I won the lottery tomorrow, I'd go back to uni. Like, I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but that's what I do. I just want to learn more and more and help more people, and I just like learning things. So it's about, but ultimately, that's useless if I didn't have an outlet, if I didn't have some way to talk and help and communicate.
It's funny you say that though, about learning, constantly wanting to learn, because I was terrible in school, like primary school. I was a little Raj, didn't bother trying to teach me anything. High school, I wasn't interested. Like I didn't even turn up to like some of my exams. I couldn't be bothered. I would just ditch school and all of that. See if I woke up 10 minutes late to go into school, I would just jack off and go in at lunchtime. I was that bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was pretty terrible in school, but so it's like, I think it's definitely important that you find something you're interested in and stick with it.
I echo that, because, like, do you know, I'm really surprised. Do you know what I love about this sort of chat is hearing some of the stories from you guys, because I would never have really thought that. But thinking about me at school, I feel like in some ways I've changed a lot, but in some ways I've not changed at all, because my attendance was good, and I got sort of average-ish results in most. English was probably my best. English and PE, were probably my best, and a lot of the rest of them sort of average results. But I was always that guy. I was always there. I always got it done when I needed to, but I definitely never gave it my all. And I was always, you'll probably not be surprised to hear, I was a bit of the class clown kind of guy. And I feel like in ways I've not left that. Like, I think that's always going to be part of me and who I am. A bit, just having a bit of a good time, having a bit of laugh, even in a serious situation. But,
there's one big thing to say about this. Like, you can learn whenever you're ready to learn, but you can't teach drive. You either have it or you don't have it.
Self-motivation, self-accountability, self-confidence.
So, like, dude, like, it doesn't matter what you do just now, as long as you want to get better. Like, and then that's, and I think, and this also works with people trying to get into the right shape. Like, if you really want to, you need to be consistent, and you need to be really focused on it. And you have to have a vision of what you actually want, what you're going to get out of it. I mean, I think some people expect every PT to be massive, with huge muscles and six packs, but for a lot of people, that's not their goal. And I think they're driven in other ways, and there are other things that, other looks or other things that they value more, and that makes them happy. So, like, for you, it's the same thing. Like, if you find that you're getting what you want out of life, doing what you're doing now, then who's to tell you that you're doing it right? But, like, I think, like, do what you want. Just just as long as you realize how much, like, when you're working with people, how much they want or which they love certain parts. So, like, me and MC, we want 100% want Motiv8 to be a massive success, and we'll throw everything we have in it. And I believe you probably feel the same way. So it's just like chasing that, like, and then when you realize that when you work with other people, I think it helps. I think it fires you when other people are so fired up to do well. I don't know.
It's like an infectious feeling, like when you see, like, the group of guys we had, like, from Motiv8 1, and a lot of the guys came on to Motiv8 2, and that sort of, do you know what I never ever, like, the two things I sort of think back to now is, one, I never realised how much I'd enjoy this sort of style and Motiv8 in general. Like, you don't realise until you're in it. And two, I feel like the sort of the family bond that we've got already, like, it's a community feeling now. It's not just us and them and group PT, and they come along on a Friday night, and they come along on a Monday, and they watch their diet. It's actually, I feel like we've got potentially friends for life.
So I remember something, right? This is I think memory for me is after Motiv8 1, you were considering going to Amsterdam with Danny Gilly. Are you like happy that you stuck with the Motiv8 for a bit?
Oh, 100%, 100%. It was there was a little.
He's like one of your best boys, isn't he? So fair enough.
and I just felt like it wasn't the right time for me. Like, I'm still growing my business at West. Motiv8 is just kicking off and only becoming bigger and better. And I just felt when it really boiled down to it, I felt like I'd have unfinished business here, and I've got so much more to give towards Motiv8. And if you ask me the question, do you feel like you made the right decision? I could look at you straight in the eye and say 100% yes.
It's just funny, right? Because like we both being MC, we're like, who's going to replace him with? There's a reason why I approached you in the first place. You know, like it's not like an easy fix if you decide to go to the dam. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not you just go, oh, you'll do. It doesn't work like that. You know, so that's good to hear.
So guys, we've got about 2 minutes left. Shall we maybe chat about where we think we want Motiv8 to be next, or what we plan for the guys in the future?
You talk about it, MC. How about you talk about it?
What are you saying, bro?
I think we've got something good going on. Like you say, we've got the whole community thing. We want to build a massive community, because what we want is basically all the support that we've had to get to where we are, to impact more people, and to then get that impact to grow further out. So we want to try and make this as big as we can, and make people feel like it's a community, not just a one-to-one interaction all the time. It's a
massive.
It's a one-to-one, and you've made mates, and that's the thing I love about this course as well. Is you've now got some of the motivators are now best mates, living together. You know, you've got other ones that are going out and doing other things. It's great.
It's not only about the training and about the 3 days a week and about nutrition. It's a lifestyle. It's to imagine in Motiv8 if you said right down the line, Stacey and Steph are going to have a flat together. Claire and Ash are best friends. Like, it's not only about what we do in the gym, but it's a general lifestyle, and I love that. I'm a big believer in that, and I absolutely love that. That makes me happy.
Just want to make sure that folk who are looking at joining Motiv8 don't feel threatened by all this. There's no expectation. Come along and have fun, and we're not here to try and make you do anything or make it ridiculous. I think a lot of people are kind of a bit scared of the course, and I just want people to feel kind of welcome and friendly.
Aye, I think we'll need to wrap up there because we're running out of time. But that was good chat, guys. I enjoyed hearing all your stories.
I love that.
If you guys have any questions, if anyone's listening has any questions, feel free to pop them in. We're always happy to help, and if you want a bit more information, we'll all be happy to answer the questions and that. But thanks for listening. Good chat, boys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Always.
Take it easy. I'll see you later on.